You there! Let me bend your ear for a moment. At your service. Happy to share my hard-earned wisdom with you, exile. Ask away. You've the look of someone spoiling for a fight. Takes one to know one, you see. I've set aside a nice, cozy spot there for a bit of a tussle. I'll meet you in there, shall I? So here's how I operate, exile. I make you fight for your life. Right now, I haven't quite decided exactly how. Just be ready for anything. Not such a bad state of mind to foster in a place like Rayclast. So here's how this works. You take a crack at me, your very best shot. I win, you die. You win, and I'm not actually sure, to tell the truth. Doesn't happen very often. Are you game? So here's how this works. You take a crack at me, your very best shot. I win, you die. You win, and I'm not actually sure, to tell the truth. Doesn't happen very often. Oh, and I've invited a few mates along to play as well. Don't mind, do you? No? Good-o. Let's see you knock me on my ass. Quick as you can. I doubt this will be a satisfying fight, so it may as well be a fast one. Are you game? Let's see how quickly you can take us apart, exile. A fast game's a good game, as my old man used to say. Shortly, this place will be crawling with dummies. No, not blackguards. Metal counterfeits that we can slaughter willy-nilly, guilt-free. You kill more than I do, you win. Are you game? I've had rougher tussles in bed. Put your back into it. Ha! Best fun you can have on your feet. If you're going to lose, at least lose with style. Who taught you how to fight? Your mum? Now that was a proper challenge. Well played, exile. Well played. Come and have a chinwag with me in the Sane encampment sometime. I reckon we should get to know each other better. And here was I, thinking you had some proper fight in you. Don't know how I could get that so wrong. It's embarrassing. Losing and learning. Two edges of the same sword, exile. Just remember to use both blades in future. You know what my definition of losing is, exile? When you stop fighting. It's not about how many times you get knocked down, exile. It's about how many times you get up again. As much as I'd love to see you soundly thrashed, I'll have to save that pleasure for another time. A seasoned fighter knows when to push through the pain and when to put his feet up. If you see me in the Sane encampment and my feet happen to be in a downward-facing direction, stop by for a chat. I might even be up for another round of senseless violence. As much as I'd love to see you soundly thrashed, I'll have to save that pleasure for another time. A seasoned fighter knows when to push through the pain and when to put his feet up. If you see me around and about and my feet happen to be in a downward-facing direction, stop by for a chat. I might even be up for another round of senseless violence. Fighting is a necessity here in Rayclast. It comes straight after breathing and right before eating on the "How do I keep myself alive today" list. Which reminds me, anytime you feel like a little pre-breakfast tussle, come and find me out there in Sane. I'll be happy to kick the sleep out of your eyes. Oh, and I'm not just good at killing people, you know. I'm also good at making things that kill people. It's a little hobby of mine, something I'm perfecting in preparation of hanging up my champion's mantle someday. And the funny thing is, the more killing I do, the more of a killing I make. You have to have the goods to make the goods, I suppose. Anyhow, I'm always happy to show off my wares, should you have the hankering. Even more full of yourself than last time, I see. The bigger the head, the badder the fall, my old man used to say. Walk around Rayclast with an attitude like that, and you're going to wind up in some undying's larder. Allow me to arrange the beating of some sense back into you. Now, here I was going on about your inflated head, but it was my head that got shrunk faster than a pair of testicles in an ice bath. I won't be underestimating you again in a hurry. Well now, don't the spirit of Duresso smile on you. I'm still his favourite, of course, but he's got plenty of love to go around. Speaking of sharing the love, come see me on your next jaunt into the Sane encampment. I reckon we've got some talking to do. A fighter that stops learning is a fighter that starts dying, as my old man would oft say. So, exile, which of those options do you fancy today? Into the fray now, exile, for where else could you possibly be? You're veritably itching for a fight today, aren't you, exile? Well, I have just the ointment for you. What'll it be today? Today's special is the mortal mealy with a side order of brutality. Cooked it up myself. Just for you, Exile. I think it's time I stopped letting you win. The more we fight, the more I like you, Exile. Stop by for a chat the next time you're in the Sane encampment. I think it's time we took this relationship of ours to the next level. Now that was a fight even Deresso would have been proud of. That's it. Next time there'll be no more Master Nice, Vagan. Mind your footwork, Exile. This is a combat, not a cabaret. I'm just lulling you into a false sense of security, Exile. As much as I'd like to hand your ass to you on a platter, it's not quite cooked yet. Sorry, darling. I have a headache. Come back to me when you've learnt some new tricks. Good deaths come to those who wait. Savour your victory while it lasts. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The more we fight, the more I like you, Exile. There's my favourite fighter. I've just been putting some finishing touches on a few martial bits and bobs. Rather nifty they are, if I do say so myself. In fact, I do believe I'm getting better at this frontier shopkeeper malarkey all the time. Certainly developing an eye for quality at any rate. Must be your good influence rubbing off me. So feel free to peruse my wares any time you like. Mates rates guaranteed. Heard you've a posse to call your own now. Don't ask me how I know. A good fighter needs more than one pair of eyes. Now, settling down can be a tricky business. My 3 ex-wives will tell you that. As luck would have it, I've been looking around for a cosy nook in which to set down my stone wheel. How about it? Need someone like me to sharpen up the place? You and I, we're what you call mature fighters. Seasoned. We've done our time kipping in ditches, getting a few winks with our back against a tree. We've earned a holdfast, a little posse to call our own. And I know just the place. You interested? You and I, we're what you call mature fighters. Seasoned. We've done our time kipping in ditches, getting a few winks with our back against a tree. We've earned a holdfast, a little posse to call our own. And I know just the place. Yes, I know you've already found yourself a little hidey-hole, but I recall something my old man used to say to me. In war, a fighter's only as good as the guy covering his arse. I could be that guy, and, as you've probably gathered already, I'm pretty damned good. Food for thought, eh, fighter? Ha! I knew you were a thinking man's exile. It may not be Deresso's Hall of Swords, but you've got to start somewhere, right? I'm honoured to share this fine abode with you, Exile. And I reckon there's even room for 1 or 2 more in here. It takes more than one kind of brick to make a fort, my old man would say. Mind you, there's bricks, and there's bricks, if you catch my meaning. With this here Wheel of Fortune, I perfect blades both sublime and brutal. A bit of sharpening here, a dash of thaumaturgy there, and I can whip up the finest in martial paraphernalia for you. Or teach you to do it yourself, if you like. Rayclast is a rather do-it-yourself land, after all. A good fighter can win with a poor weapon, just as a good weapon might save a poor fighter's life. But put a good weapon in a good fighter's hand, that's when the real art happens. I'm not vain enough to call myself an artist. I'm just a guy who puts good weapons in the hands of good fighters. You know, we just might make a proper killer out of you yet, Exile. You certainly have the raw talent, not to mention the right demeanour. Back in Oriath, the lust for violence was considered a bit, antisocial. But here in Rayclast, it's the one attitude that'll keep you alive. Keep on lusting, fighter. It puts hairs on your chest. You know what I love about Rayclast? Freedom. Back in Oriath, there were codes of behaviour, societal expectations, religious doctrines, a whole load of other pointless bollocks that just served to distract you from what was important. Being yourself. No one was themselves in Oriath. Just a bunch of lackwits pretending to be what they thought others wanted them to be. I tried to explain that to wife number 1. She didn't take kindly to being called a lackwit, funnily enough. Neither did wife number 2. Got me and my big mouth exiled before I even tried out the idea on wifey number 3. Probably for the best. Wouldn't have ended well, based on prior experience. Ha! Were we back in Oriath, God forbid, I'd be well within my right to invite you into Deresso's Hall of Swords. Put your name up on a plaque in shiny silver. That's how much I reckon you've improved, Exile. How much of a genuine arse-kicking fighter you've become. Looking around, I can't help but notice how much this place isn't like the Hall of Swords. More like a cupboard of kitchen knives. I think we've outgrown this place, Exile. You know what they say. With great power comes great responsibility. And bigger lodgings. I wish my old man was still around. He'd have loved to meet you. Actually, truth be told, it would have been a bloody fine opportunity to rub our mutual success in the miserable bugger's face. He was a great one for spouting his pearls of wisdom, but he wouldn't have known a compliment if it bit him in the arse. So here's me breaking the cycle. Well bloody done, Exile. Right, now you've gone and done it, Exile. You've gone and bloody pipped me at the post. What post? As heir to the legacy that is Duresso, King of Swords. There, I've said it. You are, without a doubt, a better fighter than I am. Sure, it's a bit of a knock to the old ego, but I'm a bigger man than that, you see. A bigger man than Poxy Father ever chose to recognize. You know what? I reckon you'd be ready to take on the man himself. No, not my dad. You'd have dusted him off quicker than I could say, miserable, loud-mouthed bastard. Duresso. Were you and he to meet today, you'd have given him a bloody good run for his money. And who knows, I might have had the honour of placing the crown of swords itself upon your head. A crying shame that he's long dead. Well, I shall just have to content myself with glory by proxy. You and me, fighting the good fight from this increasingly fetching abode. It's a pleasure to know you, Exile. An absolute pleasure. Fancy a fight, do you? A right sucker for punishment you are. Fight like you mean it, Exile. I don't take a man's life in a duel. I earn it. Varici steals lives like he steals everything else. As fine as she is feral. That's Tora. Nice to watch from afar. Up close, I'm not a fan of claw marks on my arse. Sometime soon, I'm going to teach Katerina the definition of rest in peace. Zana needs to stop cataloguing life and start living it. I'd show her the world if I could. Yet I don't think I'm even on her map. Elrion has his battles, and I have mine. Yet we fight for the same god. The Karui have spent centuries perfecting the art of war, and Haku is one of their finest artists. Do you know where the duelist tradition came from, Exile? The Ezamites. Early on, those Western potato munchers worked out that war was a pretty bloody stupid idea, at least for the wholesale slaughter side of it. So they fashioned themselves a tradition of championship. Here's how an Ezamite battle would go. Both sides get dressed up in their fiercest and finest war garb. They'd all prance about, banging drums and flinging curses at each other. Then when everyone was het up enough, a few chosen lads or lasses would step forward and fight it out. To the death, usually. The point of it all? My champions win, and I get to have that fish-filled estuary on my border. Your champions win, and I hand over a few hundred cows. Deal done, and most of us get to go home. The Eternals pinched the idea from the Ezamites, and the Oriathans pinched the idea from the Eternals. I was invited into Duresso's Hall of Swords on my 15th birthday, Oriath's youngest ever initiate. The same age as Duresso was, when he put a rusty dirk through the eye of a seasoned murderer in a back-alley pit in Theopolis, his first ever kill. We came from nothing, Duresso and I. My old man was quick with the blade, but even quicker with his coin. I had to earn my respect and my gold the hard way, just like Duresso did. When you've nothing to lose, you've everything to win. It's not about being the fastest or the strongest or the smartest. Duresso was none of those, and neither am I. It's about how many times you thrust that blade, how many times you parry that killing blow. It's about how many times you're willing to bleed and heal and bleed again. In his younger days, Duresso lost more fights than he won. He was never seen without a bandage on his person somewhere. But he never gave up, because he and I both worked out early on that you have to get hit before you learn how not to get hit. Duresso claimed the Crown of Swords one day, and the beautiful Lady Mervale the next, though he soon learned that prizes are easier to earn than they are to keep. I've worn that crown and won myself the mantle of husband 3 times over. Managed to keep the crown longer than most. But those lovely ladies worked out pretty quick that being good at the arena isn't the same as being good at the hearth. So there's one thing I've learned that even the great Duresso never did. You can spend your life learning how to fight, but it doesn't matter a damn if you don't know what you're fighting for. So here's how this works. You take a crack at me, your very best shot. I make you fight for your life. Right now, I haven't quite decided exactly how. Just be ready for anything. I win, you die. You win, and I'm not actually sure, to tell the truth. Doesn't happen very often. Are you game?
Ho, Exile! Care for a scrap? Exile, you invade, we defend. Have at it. I'll defend the cargo as I would a king or queen. I'm no fan of this proving ground, but I still have to do my job. Surprise tussle? Interrogation was not pleasant. Consider me miffed. Let's keep it simple this time, Exile. Try to best me. I'm ashamed of what I did last time, Exile. Don't think I'll be repeating it again. With this new power, this time I've got the upper hand. Ah, back for more knocking around? Let's see how you weather my blows now. This ability is... new. Let's see how you fight when you can hardly move. A bit of elemental protection should change the balance of this struggle. Let's see you handle a bit of cold. Let's see how you fare in my arena. Let's make this a team defense match. A running battle? Glorious. Let's get this one over with. Ugh, a right toss-up. This was meant to be quick and clean. I feel like jumping in. Well, we certainly can't let this place fall. Come on, old chap. Put those ancestors to work. Don't scratch me, Tora. Well, until we're done, that is. Let's see if you can earn an honourable kill, Verici. Ha! Guff! I'll go high, you go low. May the best man win, Thane. That is where we agree. I've been itching for a good fight. Mind if I jump in? I'm going to mix this one up a bit. A moving target. I love a challenge. I am not a fan of what goes on here. Time for a ruckus. Free for all. I promise there's nothing personal about this. You'll have to earn this kill, old stabby. Guff, show me some of that red blade swagger. Let me see some of that mute wind cunning. Oh, I can't miss this. I'll hold this base against all forces. You're responsible for the consequences. You are aware we need to do our jobs, right? Tereso's arse. You can't be serious. Always enjoy a bloody good tussle. You knew what this was, Tora. I never made any promises. I'm sorry, what? And no, absolutely not. Why me? Keep trying, Riker. You'll never measure up. This fight just got interesting. We'll certainly lock this down now. Your chances are shrinking, Exile. Not the prettiest job, but not one I'm willing to lose. The challenge of your life, Exile. Come on, Leo, haha, show me that red mane style. Now I'm the one on top, Tora. Show them some brine rot lightning. Unleash that red blade fire. Freeze them in terror, mute wind. Hugh there, look alive, rouse to battle. Oh, over too soon. A fight for the ages. Oh, sorry you had to fall here, among all this. A rousing success. A good death never hurt anyone. Exhilarating conflict, Exile. Done at last. So long, Exile. A good strike, and a painful one. Oh, please, not here. Only fair, I suppose. Be a friend. Don't lock me up again. A spot more. Wheeling and dealing. Bitter justice. For my betrayal. One death is as good as another. I see. You've been training. A proper good turnabout. Well, this is embarrassing. Exile, you're taking all of this far too personally. But I must confess, I'd rather not be the next on the chopping block. Go on then. What do you need from me? A fair fight's fine and all, but it's not exactly a challenge, is it? Putting aside your goals here, have you considered the joys of dueling duos? Pick a partner and we can start some on-the-job training. You know, I know a thing or two that might tickle your fancy. I just need to verify with a confederate of mine that I do in fact know what I know. You know? A fighter doesn't just swing a sword. Combat is a complex dance that tests every muscle. Meanwhile, I'm stuck here doing the same things over and over. A waste, if you ask me. I think this loss is a surefire sign that I need to stretch some other muscles. Let me go, and that's exactly what I'll do. There's no I in teamwork. There's also no glory in teamwork. But there is an I in glory, if you spell it wrong. I think it's time I explored my options solo. Free me, and the next time you encounter the Syndicate, it won't include me. I may have a reputation for loquaciousness, but I'm a keen listener too. If you spare my life, I might be convinced to merge these two hobbies of mine into a tight little info package. Victory must be rewarded, I always say, and while beheading me might be reward for some, I think you'd prefer something more useful. Until next time, I'm a man of my word. Feeling more limber already. Glory, here I come! Good choice. Now listen up. All that glitters is gold. Or steel. What's a man to do when his blunderous immediate superior continually forces him into unwinnable situations? Take down the immediate superior. Care to lend a hand? My team here has been nothing but dead weight dragging me into the mire. Time to get back to my roots. Let me claim what I will from them and be on my way, and you can do with them what you like. When your team has a dud on the roster, you don't keep them around. You give them a kick up the arse and send them packing. Which one here deserves the boot? A fighter never goes into a fight without knowing everything about his enemies and his allies. I know enough about my friends here to fill a small novel. Care to flick through the pages? Leo's a tough one. He'll understand if we work together to undermine him a bit. I'm a fighter, but I fight you face to face. Verici won't even let you get a weapon out. Best to deal with him now, eh? Guff's greatest achievement is keeping all his run down. Not exactly one for the history books. A kick in the rear should provide the encouragement he needs. The Red Blade's a bit of a firebug, if you hadn't noticed. Arson's not the most constructive of pastimes. With a little encouragement from us, perhaps we can instigate some change. I don't trust that mute wind, and neither should you. Let's put her in her place while she's otherwise preoccupied. A rough tussle, but I'd rather not lose my head over it. I could, however, bear the loss of another head. Death's the only option here, I'm afraid. In front of my leader, I can only choose to die. Stay strong. Death's not that painful, I hope. Better than being interrogated, I suppose. Deeply unkind. Leo, you unabashed rascal. Fear a woman scorned, exile. You'd be amazed what little oil will get you out of. She and I could raise some hell together, exile, if only she weren't insane. Reich is just jealous. A dirty move, but you won't catch me whining. I call foul. This is right out of bounds. Can't we bargain again instead? No? Was that really necessary? That was my friend. I'm trying hard to summon up a bit of sorrow here. A surprise upset. Good show. Watch this! Watch this! Watch this! A good fight! A good fight! Good fight! Thrilling! Thrilling! Yes! Thrilling! I learned this one from a student of Doresso himself.